Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Poetically Christian, and welcome to another edition of Should Christians Play? The series where we go between the lines and ratings of the ESRB to answer the questions, should a Christian play, and is this game accessible for me? Hi guys, my name is Derek, and this is another edition of Should Christians Play? I am a legally blind preacher, and we review games here, guys, do Christian reviews, we do Let's Play gaming videos and sermons. If you don't want to miss any of our future gaming reviews, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us a like, guys, as it helps our ministry immensely. And if you're watching on Twitch, hit that follow button. You'll be able to join us the next time we are live, guys. You know how we do. We review these games, guys, on two fronts: physical accessibility and, of course, moral Christian accessibility. How accessible. That's right, guys. Today, we're reviewing TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. As we said, we always review things from the physical accessibility point of view, guys. How accessible is the game for the physically disabled, low vision and blind? That's the spectrum I come at things. The deaf and hard of hearing, and motor disabled. And of course, we review games from the moral accessibility. How accessible are these games for Christian? What kind of content is in the game, guys? So starting off with the physical accessibility. How accessible is this game? Well, guys, I hate to say it, but there is virtually no accessibility features for this game. There are no menu narrations, nothing to help you with navigations as far as being low vision or blind. There is virtually no button remapping for your controls, although they are very simple. You can simply do the escape. You can choose whether you want button mash or one button press. So that's about the only accessibility for the motor disabled. And if you're deaf and hard of hearing, there's just the basic things. Nothing overt, nothing over the top. So the accessibility point of view is very difficult. As you can see, the menus are large text as far as low vision blind, but they are kind of a funky contrast, and so it makes it very hard to see. They do have a nice outlines on it. I wish they would have given you the option to have some kind of a contrast for these menus, to be able to turn a different background on or something so it would be easier to see. It's not the worst I've ever seen in a game, but it's definitely far from the best, guys. And like I said, the motor disabled, you're going to be having to push a lot of buttons to, you know, fight off all the things, as this is a 2D side-scroller brawler, kind of like the old school days, like Turtles in Time. Excuse me. As far as they do have a one option that allows you to do automatic back attacks. So if the enemies are surrounding you, you can kind of do an automatic back attack. And of course, when you beat up enough enemies and charge up your meter, you can use a special attack with the Y or triangle button if you're on PlayStation to do a special attack, which kind of clears the guys around you when you're being surrounded, but you can only use that when you fill the meter. Although in this game, it doesn't take your life like other beat 'em ups do for using it, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so as far as physical accessibility, guys, there's not much here. You can kind of adjust the audio bar levels, you know, things like that, turn music, dialogue, but there's nothing really in this game. If you're low vision or blind, it's large text on the menus. That's about the best you can do. No button mapping virtually at all, other than the one button press for escapes instead of the button mashing. That's otherwise you're gonna have to button mash to play the game. And for the deaf and hard of hearing, nothing special. So for the accessibility, physical accessibility on TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, I would have to give this game virtually a D. The only thing that saves it is they have the one thing that helps you with the back attacks, the one thing for the button mashing. The escapes and the menus are not the worst I've ever seen. They're larger text, so can't give the game an F, but I'm going to give the game a D. As in 2023, this game was released. This is pretty lackluster as far as accessibility options go. Now, as far as moral accessibility, what is this game like? Well, let's play a little bit and show you. Now, your turtles are voiced over. Talking back to Physically, this makes no sense. When you pick a turtle, there's Leonardo. There's Michelangelo. It tells you by their voiceover who you're on. Raphael. Donatello. April. And Splinter. I don't have Casey Jones unlocked. But that's one way of telling who you're on when you're selecting your character as far as the low vision blind. I just want to show you guys this in practice a little bit before we get to the moral Christian accessibility here, guys. Let's pick Mikey. And we'll just kind of show you. I've already unlocked. See, you got to move around this map to do. We'll go back to the first board so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Now that's voiced over, but you're going to see that the story mode. Oh. When you first started, I again get to show you. When you first started, they have voice actors for some of the things, but not for everything, which is crazy. You have the voices from the actors. Why not have a voiceover for the storyline? You have to read text, which it is big, and it's on a decent background. But yeah, there's very little voiceover work for the story. You have to read it all in subtitle text, which I thought was kind of disappointing for 2023 game again. But yeah, that is what it is. So accessibility wise, guys, I would have to give this game virtually a D, because there's very little in this game at all for physical accessibility. Okay, now for the moral accessibility. How accessible is this game for a Christian? Well, the game got an ESRB rating of E10+ for fantasy violence, and that's virtually it. There's no language in this game, no sexual content. There's just this cartoony violence where you're beating up these robotic foot soldiers and Bebop and Rocksteady and your turtle characters, guys, Baxter, Shredder. So nothing egregious, nothing to worry about as far as that goes. So for the Christian moral accessibility, this is an easy one. I would have to give this game virtually an A, because the violence that's in the game is cartoony and nothing egregious or anything. So the game, as far as gameplay, folks wanted to ask me, my subscribers asked me, what do the games play like? They kind of wanted a little bit of a overview of what the games play like. This game plays smooth. If you played any of the old Konami beat 'em up turtle games, you know right what you're dealing with here. It's smooth as it can be. The animations are smooth. I've noticed no slowdown playing on an Xbox Series X here. Yeah, the game plays very well. So overall, for Christian accessibility, I would have to give this game an A, as it virtually has nothing egregious to stop you from playing the game whatsoever. It's good to play with your family. It's got couch co-op, drop in, drop out co-op, which is awesome. There is a DLC for this game, Dimension Shell Shock, which was awesome as well. So it adds some characters to the game and a survival mode, which the survival mode is just that. You have to play through the game and see how hard or how far you can make it on just the lives that you're given. No one-ups, nothing, which makes it a little difficult to play. Not too kind of rough for me. As far as the Physical accessibility, though, as you can see, there's nothing to tell you when you're being surrounded. And you don't really know where the enemies are, so it literally turns into you walking around. There's no footsteps to let you know where your character is either. So I could see that being an issue. Yeah, it's just from the blind, this game would definitely require sighted assistance. Low vision, not too bad. The contrast and the graphics are pretty decent to be able to see what you're doing. As everything is highlighted with pretty decent draw lines and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what this looked like in play. I've been trying to do that on my series lately. If you guys like that, let me know. I think it helps more. Sometimes I'm able to do that, sometimes I'm not. If the games don't have narration on the menus, then makes it hard to navigate sometimes to show you certain things. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys what this game looked like in practice, and then it helps you determine if you are just low vision, whether you want to play this game and things like that. So yeah, like I said, overall I would have to give this game for physical accessibility, I would give this game a D, as there's barely anything here for the accessible to make this game more accessible for folks. But from the Christian moral accessibility point of view, I would have to give this game an A, guys. There's nothing here to prevent a Christian from playing this game. So I just hope that helps you guys. This game is available on Game Pass right now, and it's available to buy, purchase digitally or physically. I recommend getting it physically if you want to collect like an old Turtles guy like me. Grew up with these games, so I plan on getting this game. I'm playing it on Game Pass, but I do plan on buying this physically, as I have the Turtles Cowabunga collection physically, and it's awesome. So, but hopefully that's helped you guys to determine whether you would want to play this game or not. Let's kind of finish out the board here. This was a subscriber request from one of my subscribers named Paul. Thank you very much. I appreciate the request for this game to be reviewed on the channel. If you guys have any review requests, let me know, and if I'm able to do it, I'll be glad to do it. This has been another edition, guys, of Should Christian Play, the series where we go between the lines of the ESRB and answer the questions: should a Christian play, and is this game accessible for me? I hope this has helped you guys to determine whether you want to play TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and hopefully it saved you a few bucks, guys. If it has, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel to not miss any of our future reviews, guys. And if you are watching over on Twitch, remember to hit that follow button, guys. You'll be able to join us when we are live. Yes, cowabunga, guys. Hopefully this helped you on another edition of Should Christians Play. Until the next one, guys, I love you. God loves you. And blessed wishes, guys.